If you're on the YouTube channel watching, JV game is 32 seconds from being over. Then there will be 15 minutes between games. (62-57) JV beating the Sparta JV. It's been a close game for the JV team. Oh my, 2-point lead, 62-60.
Are you kidding me?
They could tie it up, and Sparta throws it out of bounds. 9 seconds on the clock, and we have timeout being called by Coach Dennis Drust. Brian, or did we join the stations? Outstanding.
Baseball pass to the other end of the floor right here. I'm telling you. All day long it's there.
Nobody are.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Sorry about that. Got to remember to do that. Sparta with the ball. Chance to tie it up. Turnover on Carterville as they stepped on across the inbound line on the pass. Nine seconds on the clock. Sparta down 2. They have the ball. Oh, that's a winner. 62-60 the final. So tonight's their senior night then.
Well,
Hey, Nesbitt is no longer with the team.
okay.
That's your graduating senior band members. And now for girls.
So which ones are they going to start?
They're going to start Urian,
Daughter of Kathy Brennan.
Cordis, Brown, Gwen,
Savannah Oliver. Daughter of Sharice Oliver and Vincent Ward. Paris Oliver.
and Bennett.
Daughter of Bridget Oliver. And that's your graduating senior girls basketball participants. And now for boys basketball. Alex Bennett, son of the late Felicia Williams. Chris Brooks, son of Chris and Felicia Brooks. Devin Brown, son of Tony and Dorian Brown. Ethan Gwynn, son of Tony and Patrick Chege. Bradley Kellerman, son of Clarence Kellerman and April Hargis. Drew Cordes, son of Jeff and Gail Cordes. And Gabe Geary, son of Cheryl and Joe Geary. And that's your boys' senior basketball players. For the next team, Brooke Cordes, daughter of Jeff and Gail Cordes. Senior cheerleaders, Tasha Douglas, daughter of Ricky and Tisha Douglas. Dakota Eggemeyer, daughter of Sharon Eggemeyer. Serena Long, daughter of Sean and Katie Long. And Haley Shevlin, daughter of Terry and Shelley Shevlin. How about a big hand for all these seniors and their parents?
It's going to be probably an 8 o'clock start
Outstanding.
or after.
Outstanding.
For you on YouTube, you get the off-air commentary from the one and only James Cislaghi, who has had his Milky Way candy bar and is prepared, and nachos, and is prepared to call Carterville Lions basketball.
Yes, they do.
No, they won't hear you, Brian. They hear me talk to you.
They can hear us, but they can't hear you.
Hey. And just to let you know, it is 134 degrees on the top row where we are located right now.
I don't know if it's as hot up here as it was when we were at Massac. When we were at Massac, I'm telling you what, it was hot.
You're in the rafters there.
I mean,
we're in the rafters here, but you literally are in the rafters up there. You have to duck.
yes. I don't know if you could have made it up those steps.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
It's like straight up. I probably would have had to help you up.
Winter weather advisory in effect, 3 a.m. this morning.
We'll be inside our house in a nice warm bed, having a few Z's when that's going on. We will wake up in the morning, there will be snow on the ground.
Yes, I know. As long as it holds off until
we get home.
And for those on YouTube, you will get the view of the back of the gentleman in front of us for moments. Brian, if you want to put programming in, let's go in 1 minute. Or whenever you feel like you... Thank you. Got it. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Cislaghi as we are in Randolph County this evening to bring you Carterville Lions basketball. Thank you so much for tuning in on NewsRadio WJPF, or if you're listening on WJPF.com, or you can even go to YouTube and watch the game live as we have our video feed up with the audio plugged in as well. A couple ways you can do it. You can search Carterville Lions at Sparta Bulldogs, or you can head and just punch in Dave McKenzie and go to my YouTube page, and it'll take you to it right there. But it is the Carterville Lions ready to take on Sparta this evening in river-to-river conference action. Jim Cislaghi last night, it was a tough loss for the Carterville Lions at Nashville, but they fought hard in that second half.
Well, they just ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, Nashville last night, I believe, honestly, if Nashville would have played anybody in the state, they probably would have won last night. I mean, when you shoot 73% from the floor for the ball game, I mean, it's tough to beat any team that shoots that well. And it wasn't just the inside part of the game. It was the outside part, too. I mean, they shot the ball extremely well all night long. I mean, when the Lions were down 25 points, 26 points in that ball game at one point, they could have just rolled over. But the Lions didn't do that. They clawed their way back into the ball game and got within 9 points at the end of the third quarter. I think they just ran out of gas.
I agree. I think that's exactly what happened. And you got to give credit to Nashville. Man, they were under duress in that entire third quarter, and that's which allowed Carterville to get to within the 9 points at the end of 3. But then at the end, they were able to get some breakout runners on inbounds passes. They hit their free throws in the fourth quarter and just really put Carterville away late.
Yeah, and, going into that fourth quarter, Nashville was 7 for 14 from the free throw line, so you kind of figure if you put them at the free throw line,
you got a shot.
You got a shot because they're only hitting 50%, but no, in that fourth quarter, they only missed 4 free throws. They were like 17 for 21 from the free throw line. So, you got to take your hat off to Nashville. It was just a tough ball game for the Carterville Lions, to go into Nashville, which, the Lions have only beat Nashville one time since they came into the river-to-river, and that was last year at home, not at Nashville. Yep. So, hey, you got to take your hats off to them.
The sad part about that loss from last night, and we'll just wrap it up last night with this. If Carterville wins the game, our narrative is completely different. Not only do they get the win, but you had 50 points scored between two players. Austin Swalls pours in 30. Brennan Beasley pours in 20. Great game scoring-wise for him, and we've got a completely different narrative on the Lions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at Austin Swalls last night. I mean, he was doing it inside, outside. He didn't take very many threes. He did hit a few threes, but Austin's starting to become a complete player by just not settling for the outside shot. He is actually penetrating to the bucket and posting up down low. That's a new part of his game.
Well, if you remember back with these Sparta Bulldogs, it was back in January 8th. They took on the Sparta Bulldogs at home in Carterville, and it came down to the last 4.5 seconds on the clock. Sparta ties it up on a Brown free throw to tie it up at 54. And with 4.5 seconds left, Brennan Beasley takes the inbound pass from Austin Swalls, drives the length of the floor, and just before the buzzer sounds, banks it off and gets the game-winning layup. And Carterville walks away with a 56-54 win over Sparta back in January.
And that was after the Lions came out and won the Duster Thomas Holiday Tournament. We kind of thought maybe the Lions, kind of overlooked Sparta a little bit, but Sparta came in there and they were ready to play basketball. And Dave, me and you were talking about it on the way up here. The Lions beat Sparta on that Friday night, traveled to Mount Carmel, and have a overtime loss, which is a game they should have won. I mean, they had the opportunity. All they had to do is hit a free throw down the stretch. After the Mount Carmel game, that's when the Lions start spiraling downhill, and they're having a hard time trying to get back up that hill.
They've been hot and cold. They'll have a really good game. And, the win last Saturday night at Massac was a huge win, and you hope that they could build off of it. But then they turn around and and again, Nashville was virtually unbeatable last night, shooting 79% from the floor. But you just kind of wonder which Carterville team is going to show up, and that's what we're going to find out tonight. This isn't an easy place to play here in Sparta, and they can make you work, and they can really hard, and we'll see which team shows up.
Well, plus you got to remember this is Sparta's senior night. You don't like to lose on senior night.
Exactly. As you saw, if you were watching the video feed, as they introduced the seniors with their parents, and the last home game for the Sparta Bulldogs for 2016. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale offers a variety of businesses and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, mobile banking. For more information, stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit their website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Moments ago, I had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach David Brown. We'll get his comments. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue on the pregame show. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Brian, let's, if you want to do 90 and then go straight into the coach's interview, and we'll take it from there.
Showing that line on there, I was like, I never noticed that before. I was like, did you do that? Oh yeah, that's 6.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, we keep getting it out. We keep getting it out there. There'll be more and more.
I know. There you go. You heard it from Coach David Brown. Carterville is they have been successful, Jimmy, when they get out on that point, on that press, and force the action. That's how they were able to come back from 27 points down at one point against Nashville to get within 9 at the end of third.
Yeah, and that's something that, really the Lions really haven't done all season long. They've not come out in any ball game that I can recall with a lot of pressure early in the game. It always seems like they do that in the second half, and that's when the Lions usually make the run.
Almost like a little too little, too late type of scenario.
Right.
And that's kind of what happened last night.
So if that's what he's going to do tonight, let's find out what happens with the Lions tonight. If they maybe that's something that, Coach Brown needs to do to try to jumpstart these Lions, because it always seems like, And you heard him, you heard him last night say, well, we got to figure a way out to play all 4 quarters like we played the third quarter, and how am I going to get these guys a jump start? Well, maybe it's by pressing early.
And I think that's exactly what they need. They need to have the intensity level cranked up from the first tip. And that we haven't seen that this year. He doesn't come out and press in the first quarter. So we'll see how it works for the Carterville Lions. We'll see if that's exactly how they come out defensively, as we are just moments away from the tip-off. It's senior night for Sparta Bulldogs here, and we're just moments away from the tip-off, as we'll be having the national anthem coming up here in just moments. We appreciate you tuning in and listening to us here on News Radio WJPF, as there's only 3 ball games left after tonight in the regular season. Tuesday, we're on the road at Harrisburg. Friday, Pinckneyville is in town, and then on Saturday, it's the Heron Tigers. So we're just moments away from tip-off here in Sparta. Starting lineups, we'll keep going through that. Carterville is going to go with the lineup they've had over the course of the last 3 weeks. Is Colt Wilkie still having some issues with that ankle. He played last night for about a minute and a half. Coach said that he's not going to start tonight. He's only had 1 practice under his belt since he's been released, so he will see maybe a little bit of action, but not get the start. So that means Austin Swalls, Blake Jackson, Brennan Beasley, Justin Parsinelli, and Taylor High will be the starting 5 for your Carterville Lions. For the Sparta Bulldogs, it will be Gabe Urian, Alex Bennett, also Drew Cordes, Devin Brown, and Ethan Gwynn. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the tip-off for Carterville at Sparta. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Number 33, Justin Parsinelli.
Brian, let's go 60. Right, plan on 60, but if they do the anthem, then it'll be longer. Can you give us programming, please? Well, just keep rolling until I tell you to bring it back. What's that? Okay. Brian, they're getting ready for the anthem. Okay. Back in Sparta on a Saturday night for high school basketball. We are so glad to have you with us this evening. It's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Cislaghi as the pregame ceremonies are underway. Senior night here in Sparta for the Sparta Bulldogs. And we are just moments away from the tip-off here in river-to-river conference action between your Carterville Lions and the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville, of course, last night, tough loss at Nashville, 80-66, and that pushed their record to 16-9 on the season. And tonight, we hope to see a good ball game from the Lions right off of the tip. As both teams are out on the floor, glad to have you with us for Lions basketball. Officials are ready. The tip is in the air, and it's controlled by the Sparta Bulldogs as they are in their road or their home whites, moving right to left as Alex Bennett has it at the point. It's the shot by Devin Brown is no good. Rebound is controlled by Sparta. Comes back out top. Alex Bennett with the basketball. He's guarded by Austin Swalls and is with just underway here in the first quarter as the shots put up for him. 3 by Drew Cordes, and the rebound is no good. Carterville on the run. It's Blake Jackson on the left baseline, works it down into Taylor Heil, and he gets the turnaround jumper. That is good for Heil, and Carterville is up early.
Well, it's good to see him go into the big fella already.
As Alex Bennett brings it across the timeline for the Sparta Bulldogs. Brings it near side. Devin Brown on the left wing, guarded by Justin Parsinelli. They work it over to the far side. Ethan Gwynn for the Sparta Bulldogs in the paint to Gabe Uring. The ball's tipped away. We've got 4 players on the floor. 3 of them are Sparta Bulldogs. They get it down low, though, and Drew Cordes is able to put the shot up and good. We're all tied at 2.
Everybody was standing around. The Lions just kind of fell apart at the last there.
Carterville basketball. Austin Swalls is running the point to start the game for the Lions. It's Taylor Heil over to Beasley. To Swalls as the pass is tipped away. It's out of bounds off of Devin Brown for Sparta. Carterville basketball.
Swalls is going to have to wait that second longer and let Heil get a little bit more closer to the box.
Minute and a half gone in the ball game here between Carterville and Sparta. The ball is tipped, comes out by, it's controlled by Carterville. Swalls fires from 3 off the back of the iron, and the rebound comes off to Devin Brown. And we have a foul on the Carterville Lions. It's on Blake Jackson. That is his first foul, the first team foul. And we're all tied at 2 with 6:21 on the clock. Sparta into the front court. Alex Bennett with the basketball, gives it to Gabe Uring. Top of the key, works it near side to Drew Cordes. And it is Drew Cordes that takes it to the hole. He's got all four of the Sparta points.
Well, somebody has to drop. They had to cut the lane off the Portis.
Taylor Heil takes the ball, passes out to Swalls left side. Blake Jackson's going to fire from 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound comes off to Alex Bennett. Sparta Bulldogs are on the run into the front court. That is Devin Brown. Works it over to the right baseline, brings it back out top, and that's Alex Bennett, the point guard that's going to control for the Bulldogs. He's picked up by Beasley now defensively. Ethan Gwynn takes it and turns it over. That is the first turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs. Carterville into the front court. Blake Jackson. Beasley's going to fire from 3. That's good for Brennan Beasley.
Well, the Lions have already shot 4 shots. 3 of them's been from three-point land.
Sparta quickly into the front court. That is Drew Cordes with a shot. Puts it up off the iron. Rebound comes off out of bounds off of Sparta. That's going to be Carterville basketball. 5-4, Carterville on top, as we have 5:13 left here in the first quarter. Starting to see the intensity pick up by Carterville now defensively. Carterville with the basketball. Jackson into Taylor Heil at the left box. Puts the shot up. That's good for Heil. Nice to see Taylor Heil getting on the board early.
Yes, I mean, something he didn't do last night.
Sparta with the basketball. Pressure being put on by the Carterville defense. Alex Bennett breaks the timeline. He's guarded by Beasley. Gives it to Ethan Gwynn. Top of the key. Looks for some help. 4:10 showing on the clock. Gwynn into the paint. Spin move. And we've got a jump ball. And possession is going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Checking into the game for the Sparta Bulldogs, Nasser Hobbs comes in. He's going to replace Ethan Gwynn. Gwynn, back in the first meeting, had 11 points, played a good ball game against the Carterville Lions.
The Lions are going to have to figure out when somebody penetrates and goes to the minute four, they can't part like the Red Sea. They got to clog that up.
Backside help. They got to get that backside help going as we have a foul on the Sparta Bulldogs. It is going to be on Answer Hobbs as he just comes into the ball game. That's the first team foul now on the Sparta Bulldogs. Austin Swall is going to trigger the inbounds, throws it into the backcourt, but it's tipped away. Carterville controls. Blake Jackson gets it, and we have a travel on Carterville. That is the first turnover on Carterville.
The Swallows tried to inbounds the ball. The ball got tipped, and fortunately for the Lions, they got it back, but then they walked.
Sparta's basketball. Alex Bennett across the timeline, takes it to the right side of the floor, works it into Hobbs. Hobbs' turnaround jumper is blocked partially, and Carterville controls. Here come the Lions the other way. Austin Swalls across the timeline, down the paint, kicks it off to Beasley, fires from three, hits nothing, and Sparta is going the other way as Devin Brown takes it the length of the court, and they throw the ball away. That is the second turnover on Sparta. 7-4, 4:03 showing on the clock. Carterville with the early three-point lead. Carterville basketball. Beasley brings it across midcourt over to Austin Swalls. Top of the key, works it into Taylor Heil at the free throw line, dumps it down. Justin Parsinelli fires it out to Beasley. Shot is good for three by Beasley, and he is fouled. He is becoming so good at getting that foul on the three ball.
Well, Sparta's trying to go out there and block that shot because Beasley's a smaller kid, and they miss the block and they just knock him over.
He's easy to knock down, but it's effective for him. And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Sparta Bulldogs. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. And don't forget, they offer much more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. Visit artworkscustomgraphics.com for more information. 10-4, the 6-point lead for the Carterville Lions, and Brennan Beasley is going to be at the line to shoot the free throw.
Now, Dave, the Lions have took 7 shots so far in this ball game. 5 of them has been threes. They've hit 2 of them, but inside the arc, they're 2 for 2.
Beasley's free throw is good, so he has 7 of the 11 points for the Carterville Lions. As Ethan Gwynn checks back in, it is Nasser Hobbs that checks out for the Sparta Bulldogs. Alex Bennett gets the pass over to Brown. Brown back to Bennett. They break the timeline as Drew Cordes has the basketball down in the left corner, and we have a foul on Justin Parsinelli, and that is his first. And that's the second team foul on the Carterville Lions.
Parsinelli picked up 2 quick fouls in last night's ball game. He had set pretty much the first half against Nashville.
Didn't seem until late in the fourth quarter, actually, when he really saw more playing time, but he managed not to foul out. It's Alex Brown with the basketball over to Cordes on the right wing. He's guarded by Blake Jackson, top of the key. Ethan Gwynn near side to Devin Brown. Brown is guarded by Justin Parsinelli. Brown on the left wing. Over to Alex Bennett, top of the key. 3:14 showing on the clock. It is 11-4 Carterville. Ethan Gwynn comes out top of the key and works it over to the far side to Devin Brown. Brown takes it to the hole. Layup is up and no good, but it's Ethan Gwynn that comes right in, grabs the rebound, and puts it right back in.
Well, the Lions have, all season long gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, and they're starting to do it again tonight.
Austin Swalls with the basketball. Beasley's going to fire from the right corner, puts the shot up, no good. Long rebound comes out top, and Carterville controls. They work it into Justin Parsinelli, kicks it out to Taylor Heil. The ball's tipped away, but Beasley gathers it in, and they're going to reset the offense. A 5-point lead for the Lions, 2:30 left here in the opening quarter. Jackson dumps it down to Heil. 12-footer for Heil, off the iron, no good, and Sparta with the basketball. It is Devin Brown into the front court, gives it to Alex Bennett, and he works it over to Brown on the right wing. Steps in the three-point line, drives the lane, puts the shot up, no good. Taylor Heil with the rebound. Swells quickly into the front court. Oh, nice fake pass to the left, but he misses the layup, and Sparta controls the rebound. They come back the other way as it's Gabe Urian with the layup, and that's good for Sparta and Urian. It's 11-8 with 1:59 left here in the first quarter.
Wow, I don't know how Austin Swalls missed that layup, but tough break for the Lions.
Boy, it was a pretty fake, and Sparta, they bit all over it. But you got to be able to put that one away. Taylor Heil on the left block, kick out to Blake Jackson, fires from three. That's good for Blake Jackson. He's on the board, and Carterville's up 14-8. Gabe Urian gets it into the front court with the layup, in, out, no good. It's Ethan Gwynn with the rebound, and the ball's tipped around, and Taylor Heil gathers it in. Carterville basketball.
The Lions have to get back on defense.
Carterville into the front court. Swalls on the right wing. Takes it into the paint. Puts up the shot. The runner. It falls for Austin Swalls. That's his first bucket of the game. And it's 16-8. 8-point lead for the Lions. Nice pass to Ethan Gwynn. He makes it to the hole. And we have a timeout on the floor. It's 16-10 with 1:07 left in the first quarter as Carterville Coach David Brown calls the 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Charlie services all brands and is a certified York dealer. Call 985-2502 or visit online. You can go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com.
The Lions are 6 for 12 to start this ball game. They've hit 3 threes out of 7 shots. They're 3 for 7 from three-point land, and they are 3 for 5 inside the arc.
It's going to be Carterville basketball, a 6-point lead, 1:07 remaining on the clock here in the first quarter. Senior night for the Sparta Bulldogs. As Brennan Beasley takes a soft stroll up to midcourt, steps across the timeline. Austin Swalls between the circles. Blake Jackson on the left wing. Into Taylor Heil at the elbow. He puts the ball on the floor, tips it back out. Austin Swalls controls to the left wing, fires from 15, and that's good for Swalls. He's going to start warming up now. That's 4 for Austin.
Austin got a good 15-foot jump shot.
Gabe Urian on the left wing for the Sparta Bulldogs. Alex Bennett takes the pass from Urian, walks between the circles, guarded tight by Brennan Beasley. It's Bennett with the basketball over to Brown. Back to Bennett, top of the circle. Looks for some help, brings it near side. Drew Cordes on the left wing, into the paint. Kick out pass to Brown. Brown drives the baseline, dumps it to Cordes. His shot is up, no good. And Austin Swalls with the rebound. They work it into the front court. Swalls down the lane. The layup runner is, he's fouled as he goes to the bucket. So Austin Swalls is going to be at the line shooting 2 as the foul is on Ethan Gwynn. That is his first foul and the third team foul now on the Sparta Bulldogs.
I tell you what, Austin Swalls' game has changed so much since the beginning of the season.
He does not hesitate to take it to the hole. As the first free throw by Swalls is good, that gives him 5 here early on in the ball game. As Drew Cordes, Ethan Brown, and Alex Bennett all come to the bench for the Sparta Bulldogs. 11.3 seconds left on the clock. And Austin Swalls still has the second free throw remaining. He's got 5 points in the game so far. Free throw is up, bounces around, it's good for Swalls. So that's 6 now in the first quarter. Sparta basketball, 8 seconds on the clock. Need to break the timeline. They do. They work it into Hobbs. Hobbs works it down in the baseline as Urian travels with the basketball. 2 seconds. That's a turnover on Sparta. I've got it as 3 turnovers. Is that right?
I got it 4.
I think I missed one a while ago. It's Carterville basketball as they have a chance to get the last second shot here before the end of the first quarter. Swalls, inbound pass. Jacob Eklund throws up the shot off the backboard and no good. That's how we end the first quarter. It is 20-10, Carterville with a 10-point lead. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. "60 seconds, please." Back in Sparta, it's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Cislaghi. Carterville, the 10-point lead as we head to the second quarter. And they're up 20-10 here early in the game. It is Ethan Gwynn with the basketball, top of the key. Gabe Urian takes the pass from Gwynn. The pass is tipped up and off the backboard, and Justin Parsinelli comes away with it, but they throw the ball away, and that's a turnover on the Lions.
A second turnover for the Lions in that first quarter. The Lions were 7 for 13 from the floor, 3 for 7 from three-point land. Sparta, 5 for 14, 0 for 2 from three-point land.
I think the officials got a little bit confused when they pointed the direction. They knew it was Sparta basketball, but they thought they were going the other way. So they control as Alex Brown has it in the backcourt. 10-point lead, just starting play here in the second quarter. Brown gives it to Gabe Urian, guarded by Austin Swalls. Ethan Gwynn toward the right wing to Brown. Brown takes it to the bucket, puts up the shot. That's good by Brown, and that's his first bucket of the games. Carterville basketball. Brendan Beasley brings it across the timeline, gives it to Colt Wilkie, who checks into the game for the first time. Colt coming off a high ankle sprain, and he only played for about a minute last night toward the end of the Nashville game. He may see more action tonight as Beasley gets the runner and he gets the foul. Brendan Beasley now has 9 in the ballgame.
That's a good move by Beasley going to the left side. He had the opportunity to split the defenders, and that's what he did. And he got the easy roll, and it rolled up over the top, and he got a chance for a three-point play. He already made a 4-point play. Now he's got a chance for a 3-point.
Devin Brown is the Sparta Bulldog with the foul. That's his first. That's the fourth team foul now on Sparta. Beasley's free throw is up and good. So Beasley has 10 here in the first half. Checking into the game, Gavin Zimbro gives Brennan Beasley a nice breather. Nice job by Beasley early on as the ball is tipped. It goes out of bounds by Blake Jackson on the inbounds pass, and it's going to be Sparta basketball. 23-12, the 11-point lead for your Lions. We are in Sparta this evening, the senior night for the Sparta Bulldogs. Sparta with the basketball. Brown kicks the ball out of bounds. That's a turnover on Sparta. That's 5 first-half turnovers here in the game.
Well, Sparta's having a little bit of trouble with the pressure that the Lions are putting on them.
So I think what Coach David Brown wanted with the intensity level, I think we can say that that's probably worked for the Lions.
I think their intensity level's up, yes.
Blake Jackson's runner's no good. Rebound comes off to Ethan Gwynn of Sparta into the front court across the timeline, guarded by Justin Parsinelli. That was Devin Brown. It's Alex Bennett with the basketball. Gives it to Gabe Urian. Drew Cordes drives the baseline, puts up the shot. That's good by Cordes. He's got 6 points. It's 23-14. Carterville, as we have a foul in the backcourt. That's on Devin Brown. That's his second foul. That is the 5th team foul on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Got a score at halftime. Murphy leads Harrisburg 28-16 at the half.
And Harrisburg had the big win last night over Benton.
Yes.
Carterville ball. Austin Swalls across the timeline, drives the lane. Is he going to get the layup? He does. It's good for Swalls. That is 8 points now for Austin here in the first half. Sparta with the basketball. Devin Brown across the timeline, guarded by JPN. Gives it to Ethan Brown. Comes out high for the Bulldogs. Drew Cordes to the elbow, dumps it off to Brown. Brown dribbles down low, gives it to Brian Lowry that's in for the Sparta Bulldogs. Brown from the left corner is going to fire in, out, no good. That is Gavin Zimbro with the rebound. Lead pass ahead to Justin Parsinelli. He runs over the top of his man, puts the shot up, and it's good. JPN is on the board. We have a technical foul. I think it may be on head coach Jeff Bowlby, as he wasn't happy with Are they throwing Drew Cordes out?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Parsinelli did go
over
Cordes.
Should have been, yeah.
Should have been a charge, and that's what coach from Sparta. He got up off the bench, and there's definitely been a technical foul call. There's been a foul called on Cordes for sure, and there's been a technical foul. Now, if that was on the coach or Cordes, I don't know.
So that's the 16th foul. Austin Swalls is going to go to the line and shoot the technical. I saw the official put his hand on Drew Cordes, and it looked like he made the motion that he had been ejected, but maybe not, as Swalls hits the first technical foul free throw. Second one by Swalls is up and good. Plus, it'll be Carterville basketball on the technical. They'll get possession. We have a timeout on the floor. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports.
Dave, we got a halftime score. Pinckneyville, 36. Nashville, 28.
Wow, we knew that was going to be a big game tonight for first place in the River to River in the Mississippi Division.
Yeah, and, Pinckneyville's got to win down at Carterville. And that's not going to be an easy win for Carterville by no means, because the Lions, they get back on track, they can beat anybody.
So Drew Cordes right now for the Sparta Bulldogs is on the bench. I can't tell you whether or not for sure if he was ejected. We'll find out here in just a little bit. So on the possession, on the technical, Carterville gets the ball. 29-14, the 15-point lead for the Lions. It's Gavin Zimbro, Austin Swalls, down to Justin Johnson, who checks in for the first time for the Lions. Zimbro into the paint, dumps it back for Swalls. He fires from just inside three, no good. Nice job by Justin Parsonelli going up for the rebound, and we have a foul on Sparta. That is going to be, I believe, on Devin Brown. Oh, they call it on JPN. Going
yeah, that's
in
his
the back.
second, and it's his second foul, so he'll be going to the bench for a while.
Third team foul now on the Carterville Lions as Sparta works the ball into the front court. That is Lowry, brings it out, top of the key, going to reset the offense for the Bulldogs. Left wing, back and forth, top of the key, now works over toward the right side of the floor as Byington is there for the Bulldogs, brings it back, Devin Brown, top of the key, guarded by Gavin Zimbro now for the Carterville Lions. 4:54 on the clock. Nice pass down low from Ethan Gwynn to Byantine, and the shot is no good. And we have a foul on Carterville.
The Lions have to box out on the offensive end. They give up too many offensive rebounds to their opponents.
And we've got good height on the floor as the foul is called on Luke Ford, who's in for Taylor Heil right now. The free throw by Byington is good. His first bucket of the game for the 5'9 junior from Sparta. 29-15, a 14-point lead, 4:48. Second free throw, no good. Ethan Gwynn gets the rebound, and we've got a foul. That may be two on, no, they're going to say it's on 52. It is on Luke Ford. Quickly, two fouls on Luke Ford within about 15 seconds. The fifth team foul now on the Lions. Sparta basketball as Lowry works it between the circles. 2-3 zone by the Carterville Lions into Gwynn. Gwynn takes it into the paint. Shot is blocked by Luke Ford. Nice job defensively. They work it down to Urian on the left wing. On the left baseline, drives to baseline, and there's a foul on Carterville. Foul is on Justin Johnson of the Lions, his first foul, the 16th foul on the Carterville Lions. It's going to be Sparta basketball underneath their baskets.
And Heil comes into the game for Ford.
Ford has two fouls here in the first half. Near side, Gabe Urian on the left wing. Again, a 2-3 zone by the Carterville Lions. They work it into Gwynn, kick it out to Lowry on the right wing. Guarded by Swalls, steps into the paint, shots blocked by Taylor Heil, but it comes off to Devin Brown. They're going to reset. Urian, top of the key. Brown from the left wing for three, off the iron, no good. And Austin Swalls with the rebound. The other way we go. 4 minutes left in the first half. Carterville basketball into Justin Johnson on the left block. Back out top, that is Gavin Zimbro with the basketball. Carterville moving left to right on the floor. It's Swalls left wing. Gets the pick from Taylor Heil. Steps inside the three. Fires, and that's good for Austin Swalls. He has 12 in the ball game. 31-15. Carterville on top.
Got a halftime score. DuQuoin 16, AJ 12.
Double team by Carterville. Almost get the block, but the ball comes into the backcourt off the tip. And we have a foul on Carterville.
I think it's on Zimbro.
1-2. It is on Gavin Zimbro, his first foul of the game. And that is now the 7th team foul on Carterville. So Sparta is going to be at the line shooting the bonus. Brian Lowry, the 5'10 junior, at the line shooting the 1 and 1. Man, that's a high arcing free throw. Man, comes down from the ceiling. It's good, though. Hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
It went up so high, it went underneath these banners here in front of us. I lost the ball.
Through it. We have 2 banners right in front of us as Lowry hits his second. The IHSA Girls Cross Country, 5th place from 07. And the boys track and field runner-up from 06. If the sun was out, it'd be nice sunshade.
Yes. Be like a visor.
3:25 remaining here in the first half. Swalls fakes the shot, kicks it off to Beasley. He puts up the three-pointer from the left baseline. No good. Ethan Gwynn with the rebound quickly into the front court. Gabe Urian to the bucket. He gets it. That's good for Urian. 4 points in the game for him. 31-19 Carterville.
Herons up over West Frankfort at the half, 19-6.
Brennan Beasley across the free throw lane, gives it to Austin Swalls. Takes it to the hole. Nice layup runner, and it falls for Swalls. And that's 14 for Austin. He put 30 on the board last night against Nashville.
Well, tonight, Swalls is really taking the ball to the bucket really well.
Ethan Gwynn with the basketball at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is good for Gwynn. He has 6 points here in the first half for the Bulldogs. Carterville with the basketball across the timeline. Brennan Beasley gives it to Austin Swalls. Swalls dumps it to Taylor Heil. Heil steps down the lane, puts up the runner. That's good for Heil. Taylor's got 6 here in the first half. 35-21 Carterville. Alex Bennett with the basketball between the leg dribble into the free throw lane, down the lane, puts up the shot. He's fouled. You know, they're going to say it's on the shot or prior to the shot. Fouls on Justin Johnson, his second of the game. That's the 8th team foul. And so Alex Bennett is going to be at the line shooting free throws as Ethan Gwynn checks out for the Sparta Bulldogs.
Gwynn checks out. He has 4 boards. I don't know how many points.
He has 6 points here in the first half. Alex Bennett at the line. Free throw is good. That's his first point of the game. He had 6 points the first time Carterville played Sparta in that thrilling last-second winner for the 5'11 junior. Second free throw by Bennett. It's up and good. Carterville basketball, 2:13 on the clock. Brennan Beasley brings across the timeline. Swalls here on the near side. Takes it to the block, dumps it to Taylor Heil. Nice pass. Heil shot is up, in, out, no good. Fights, gets the rebound. Shot is up and good. But he was fouled before the shot. So Taylor Heil will be going to the line to shoot 2 as the foul. That is on Ensure Hobbs. His second. That is the 7th team foul, but Taylor Heil is shooting 2 as he was fouled on the shot. Free throw, no, it's actually the bonus as he misses the first. And Sparta with the rebound into the front court. 1:55 showing on the clock. Bennett fires from 3, no good. Rebound by Colt Wilkie. Gives it to Brennan Beasley. He brings it across the timeline. 1:45 on the clock here in the first half. He's guarded by Bennett. Swalls takes the pass from Beasley. Top of the key, left-hand dribble down to the left baseline to Beasley. Beasley works it top, around the top. Swalls between the circles, into the paint. Little right-hand runner is good for Austin Swalls. Man, he is working that runner.
Well, he's beating his man off the dribble, and you know, Sparta has nobody that can stay with him.
Quickly, Alex Bennett into the front court. 1:15 showing on the clock here in the first half as we have a travel by Nasser Hobbs, and that's going to be Carterville basketball.
You know, as long as the Lions are taking the ball to the bucket and being successful, that's what you want.
And creating offense.
That's
it. Creating shots, good shots. Brennan Beasley steps across the timeline. It's Austin Swalls now between the circles. Colt Wilkie on the left wing. Nice to see him back. His runner is good. Wilkie gets his first bucket in about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks probably.
good to see him back right before regional time.
Yeah, he's needed, definitely. Drew Cordes was not ejected. He's in the game now for Sparta as his shot is blocked by Taylor Heil, but they're going to say it was a foul on big number 5-0. That's his first of the game. That is going to be the 9th team foul on the Carterville Lions. So Drew Cordes, the 5'10 senior, is going to be at the line for the Bulldogs. His first free throw is good. He's got 7 points in the game so far. In the first meeting back on January 8th, Cordes wound up with 10 points in the ball game, was instrumental for the Sparta Bulldogs to keep it close in that game. The second one bounces around. It's good by Cordes. Gives him 9 here in the game. Alex Bennett is going to check out for Sparta, and Brian Lowry is going to check in for the Bulldogs. We have 47 seconds left. The pass comes up to Austin Swalls near midcourt, steps across the timeline to the left wing, guarded by Cordes. Back and forth with the left hand, right hand dribble for Swalls. Gives it, wants to give it to Eklund. It's tipped away defensively, but they work it down to Taylor Heil. His little little short jumper is good for the Lions. As Sparta has the ball in the backcourt, 24 seconds now on the clock. Across the timeline, that is Lowry. Between the circles, guarded by Beasley. Gets the pick, works it down, and it comes away to Colt Wilkie. Quickly into the front court. His layup is up and no good. The rebound comes off to Sparta. They go back the other way. It's Lowry to Hobbs. His shot is no good, and we have a foul on the Carterville Lions.
Wow, Wilkie went up and made that, attempted that layup, and the Sparta player hit the backboard.
Should have been goaltending.
I think that should have been goaltending because he actually jarred the board and the ball couldn't go in the bucket.
The foul is called on Taylor Heil, so he's got 2. Carterville's other big man, Luke Ford, he's got 2. And that is the 10th team foul, so the double bonus now for the Sparta Bulldogs. Drew Cordes is at the line shooting the free throw. It's good for Cordes. Yeah, if you touch the backboard on the shot, typically that is a goaltending call, automatic.
Right. And he smacked the board. The whole board was moving while the ball was trying to go in.
I do that to the kids when we're playing in the backyard to try to keep them from scoring.
Dave, you probably playing on that 3-foot court.
Well, I don't run. I just stand at the goal and shake it. As the shot's put up at the last second by Jacob Eklund, and that is how we end the first quarter here in Sparta. That's a good first half for the Carterville Lions. It's 41-27, Carterville on top. We're going to be back with our halftime show next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 90 here, Brian. 90, please.
Welcome to Sparta High School dancers in their final and full pitch perfect performance. Featuring senior dancer.
Will do. Back in Sparta on a Saturday evening. It's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Cislaghi where we're at the half. And Carterville has a 41-27 lead here at the end of the first half. And probably one of the best halves Carterville's had in a couple 3 games.
Well, the Lions did a lot of good things in this first half. One thing they were really doing really well was that they were penetrating to the bucket and getting a lot of easy buckets in the lane, in the paint. That's something the Lions not done much of all season long.
And the leading scorer for your Carterville Lions is Austin Swalls, as he has 16 first half points here in this game. And Brennan Beasley, he has, he got fouled on the 3-point shot. He was able to go and convert the free throw. And then you had the layup where he got fouled and was able to go. Beasley has 10 first half points here for the Carterville Lions. You also have Colt Wilkie that was able to get into the game, and he got a bucket when he came in. He's got 2. For also Blake Jackson had 1 3-pointer, and Justin Parsonawe on the board with 2 points, and Taylor Heil has 8 points. That's pretty balanced scoring for the Lions.
It's real balanced scoring, and Heil wasn't very effective last night against Nashville. It's kind of good to see him kind of get into the ball game a little bit tonight, because the Lions are going to need him down the stretch.
Coach David Brown said on the pregame, if you missed it, that they were going to come out in the full court press, put pressure on Sparta. That is kind of how Carterville rolls. They like to get out and create offense with their defense, and we saw it last night in the third quarter. At one point, they were down 27 points in the third, and then they just scrapped and fought their way back to with 9 at the end of 3, and it was because of the defense to put pressure on Nashville, who didn't handle that pressure very well.
No, Nashville, normally Nashville handles pressure really well. They really spread the floor on you, and they really don't run into traps and different things. And last night they had a little bit of trouble with the Lions' pressure. Tonight, Nashville only has 7 turnovers in this ball game, but it's been 4 in the first, 3 in the second. They've handled a little bit of the pressure from Carterville, but Carterville, when they have made Sparta turn the ball over, they have capitalized on it by getting an easy bucket at the other end of the floor. So you're turning them turnovers into points, which is big.
Heron is on top of West Frankfort at the half. Is that right? 19 to 6?
That's what I read a while ago. 19-6 at the half. I thought maybe it was a first quarter score, but unless Merv, is something's going wrong with him because he's so high up in the rafters at West Frankfort that he just didn't realize it was at the end of the first quarter.
Maybe that he said snoozer. That was the fall. That was the next thing he said on his message, but the oxygen is a little thin up top.
Once you get up there, sometimes you lose your train of thought and you kind of doze off a little bit, and you look up and you go, oh, okay.
Let's look at the scoring for the Sparta Bulldogs here, as Gabe Urian, the 6-foot senior, he's got 4 points for the Bulldogs. Drew Byenton got onto the board with a free throw. Alex Bennett has 2 points. It was Drew Cordes that was the leading scorer for Sparta. The 5'10 senior has 10 points, but he also had that technical foul called on him there toward the first of the second quarter. He sat on the bench, but he did come back in there toward the end of the first half. And then you have Ethan Gwynn, the 6'2 senior, who has 6 points in the ball game, and that's where we stand at the half. It's 41-27. Carterville on top. We are going to take another break. Thank you for listening to Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF and on WJPF.com. And for those that are watching on YouTube, watching it live there as well. We're going to try and do this the rest of the season for your Lions broadcast. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
Bob Wilson and Jay Gold.
90, please. Okay, we'll do what we can. Back in Sparta, it's Dave McKenzie along with Jim Cislaghi, where we're at halftime this evening. 41-27, Carterville on top of the Sparta Bulldogs. And a good first half by the Lions as they come out of the locker room early here. This is about right, though, for Dave. Coach David Brown, he doesn't waste much time in the locker room. They come out, get their warm-ups in, and much different situation that Carterville has this evening compared to what they had last night in Nashville.
Yeah, Coach Brown don't spend a lot of time in there talking. He says what he's got to say, and he wants the boys to get back out on the floor to get kind of warmed up. Team stats-wise, for stats for the team, the Lions were 16 for 29 in that first half for a little over 50%, 3 for 8 from three-point land. Sparta's 9 for 24 from the floor, 0 for 4 from three-point land. Free throws, Lions 6 for 7, Sparta's 9 for 10. Rebound-wise goes to Carterville, goes to Sparta. Sparta has 11, Carterville has 9. Turnovers, Lions only have 2, Sparta has 7 for the ball game.
When you look at the foul situation for Carterville heading into the second half, 4 players with 2 fouls each. Justin Johnson, also Justin Parsonale, Taylor Heil, and Luke Ford. As far as other fouls, you have Blake Jackson with 1, Gavin Zimbro has 1. So Carterville really not in too bad shape foul-wise. Sparta, on the other, is like Carterville, only 2, though, with a pair of fouls. Devin Brown and Ansar Hobbs, he's got 2. And then you have Bennett, Cordes, and Gwynn with 1 each. It's senior night here in Sparta, as prior to the start of this game, they recognized all the seniors, and Sparta has Gabe Buring as a senior, also Alex Bennett, Drew Cordes, Devin Brown, and Ethan Gwynn. Man, they're losing some senior leadership on this ball team heading into next year.
Well, they're going to be a rebuilding season for Sparta. Lions kind of did a little bit of that last year coming into this year. You got to realize they lost James, Watson, both Gallix,
Turner.
Turner, yes. I mean, they lost a lot of players too. And, so the one thing about it is the Lions have responded well, to still be able to get 16 wins. And if they win tonight, they'll move to 17. They still have an outside shot at getting to 20 wins.
They do. And we learned yesterday the regional pairings. Carterville is going to be in the McLeansboro, the Hamilton County regional, and they're going to open up not this coming Tuesday. This Tuesday, we're at Harrisburg on the road. But the following Tuesday, the 24th of February, going to be at McLeansboro, Hamco, taking on Florida, open up the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'm really kind of surprised that the Lions got sent to Hamilton County because Vienna's just down the road.
I know. It's we're underway here in the second half. Carterville with the basketball, and that's Blake Jackson as Carterville is now moving from right to left. On the screen on your dial, Austin Swalls, top of the key, brings it near side. Blake Jackson works it down toward the baseline, back into Taylor Heil on the post, back to Jackson, back to Heil on the left block, and we have a foul that's called on Ethan Gwynn. That's his second foul on Gwynn, and that's the first team foul on the Sparta Bulldogs here in the second half. Carterville works it into Justin Parsonale. Turnaround jumper is good off the board for Parsonale. He's got 4, and it's 43-27 Carterville.
Another bucket in the paint for the Lions.
Alex Bennett with the basketball on the left wing. Tried to give and go with Gabe Buring. It's kicked out of bounds by Austin Swalls. Nice job defensively by the Lions.
I didn't know Austin Swalls was a field goal kicker.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Tried that bicycle kick on that. It looked like 7:19 on the clock. Sparta basketball. Bennett, top of the key. Gwynn at the free throw line, fires, and that hits nothing but the bottom of the net. 8 points for Gwynn here in the game. Pressure being put on by the Sparta Bulldogs. Beasley breaks it. Nice cross pass over to Parsonale. He puts the shot up. No good. Gets his rebound. Shoots again. No good. Ball's tipped around. JPN with the ball. Shoots. No good. And we have a foul on Justin Parsonale. That's his third. Man, 3 shots to make that, and he just has a frustration foul on JPN.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because if he makes that, either one of those buckets, you don't pick up number 3.
Nope, turns around and goes the other way. It's going to be Sparta basketball. Drew Cordes is going to inbounds for the Bulldogs. They bring it to Alex Bennett. Bennett is guarded full court by Beasley. Breaks the timeline, comes across midcourt toward the right wing, to the right wing. Dumps it off to Urian. The ball's tipped away. Turnover on Sparta. We go the other way. Nice pass from Jackson to Swalls. He gets the easy layup. That is 18 for Swalls. Quickly, it is Drew Cordes. Takes it the length of the floor, puts the shot up, and he's fouled. The bucket is going to count as the foul is on Justin Johnson. That is his 3rd foul, the 2nd team foul on Carterville.
Well, go back to the last play. Jackson drew the defenders to him and then just kind of flipped it up in the air for Austin Swalls to just catch it in the air and just lay it up off the board.
At the end of 3, Murphy leads Harrisburg 44-27. Funny how you can get a big win on one night and just not have it the next night, as Harrisburg beat Benton last night to get the upset win. But Murphy up top is Heil fires from the free throw line. That is good. He's got 10 in the game. It's 47-31, 16-point lead as they work the ball down to Gwynn. He gets a turnaround jumper. He's got 10, and we're going back the other way. Carterville basketball.
It's a fast-paced game tonight.
It is up and down the court. Beasley's going to fire from 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 13 for Brennan Beasley. 50-33 Carterville. Bennett into the front court, turns it over. That's the 2nd turnover here in the second half. Beasley takes it to the hole. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot free throws as Bennett slaps the wrist as Beasley was ready to put that shot on the backboard. 5:52 remaining, 17-point lead for the Lions. Beasley's at the line, going to be shooting 2. Coach David Brown talking to Austin Swalls and Blake Jackson. Beasley's free throw is good. He's got 14 now in the game. Alex Bennett checks out for the Bulldogs. Checking in is Brian Lowry. Second by Beasley is good. 15 for Brennan. Sparta basketball, 5:50 showing on the clock here in the third. That is Lowry, brings it across the timeline. Beasley on him, down to the right wing, works it into the paint, gets the layup runner. It's blocked by Taylor Heil, and Carterville is going to control. They go the other way. Swalls to Beasley from 3 off the back of the iron, and the ball is out of bounds off of Ethan Gwynn. It's going to be Carterville basketball.
You know, Heil's got 3 blocks in this ball game. The Lions have 4 for the ball game. You know, when you're going inside there, you better know where number 50 is or you're going to get your shot blocked.
Yep, he will get a hand up quickly. Blake Jackson, Austin Swalls on the left wing, guarded by Drew Cordes of the Bulldogs. To the free throw line, spin move, not there, backs it out. Jackson's going to fire it from 3, and that's good for Blake Jackson. He's got 6 in the game. Balanced scoring up and down the lineup for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, but the Lions are taking good, wide-open threes. They're moving the basketball to get those wide-open threes.
They are there as that is Lowry. Works, weaves it in and out, gives it to Cordes. He's guarded by Jackson. Cordes down the paint, tries to get it to Urian. Ball's tipped away. Another turnover on the Sparta. Quickly into the front court. It's Jacob Eklund. Works it out to Swalls. Fires from 3, no good. Rebound, Taylor Heil. Turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. Urian gets the rebound, comes back the other way. He takes it to the hole, puts the shot up, and he's fouled by Austin Swalls. That is the first foul on Austin. That is the 3rd team foul on the Carterville Lions.
The Lions they're 2 for 4 from three-point land in this third quarter, and they are 3 for 6 from the floor inside the arc.
Gabe Urian is going to be shooting 2. He's got 4 so far in the game tonight. Free throw is no good. Checking in for the Lions, Gavin Zimbro replaces Blake Jackson. Colt Wilkie is in for Brennan Beasley. Nice job by both those guys here in the ball game this evening. Second free throw by Urian is good. Rolls around. He's got 5 now. Carterville basketball, 55-34. Gavin Zimbro with a left-hand dribble, brings it across the timeline, takes it to the right side, looks for some help from Taylor Heil, gives it to Heil, back to Zimbro, Brings it toward the right wing, into Heil, into paint, right block. Shot is up and good by Taylor Heil. Turnaround jumper. He's got 12 for the Lions.
Well, there's a mismatch because Gwynn stepped out on Zimbro that left a guard guarding Heil inside.
Alex Bennett fires from the top of the key, no good. Rebound comes off to Austin Swallows. Lead pass to Colt Wilkie into the front court. Takes it to the hole. Shot is up, no good. Heil with the rebound and the putback and the foul. Big rebound by Taylor Heil. He's got 14 points so far and going to the line to shoot the and one.
Well, these buckets seem like they come a lot easier tonight than they did last night.
The bucket is good. The foul is on Devin Brown. That is his third, and the third team foul now on Sparta in the second half. Heil's free throw is good. So 15 points for Taylor Heil here in the game so far this evening. Sparta with the basketball. Alex Bennett into the front court, guarded by Gavin Zimbro. Brings it near side. Devin Brown on the right wing. Deerian inside the three-point line. Takes it, hops, pass out to Bennett. Shot no good. Rebound by Taylor Heil. Carterville the other way. That is Jacob Eklund. Takes it the length of the floor. Passes to Colt Wilkie, and there's a foul. And that's going to be on number 5. That's going to be on Jacob Eklund on the charge. The fourth foul, team foul now. The first on Eklund. It is Sparta basketball.
That's the third turnover in the Lions in this ball game. Taking care of the basketball very well.
First turnover in the half. Sparta into the front court. Bennett works the give and go to Gwynn. His shot is blocked. Was that Swalls that blocked that shot?
I think it was Swalls.
3:22 on the clock. It's 60-34. Carterville on top. As Luke Ford is going to check in for the Carterville Lions, he's going to replace Austin Swalls. Nice game so far for Swalls. He's got 18 in the game. Gets a pat on the back from Coach David Brown. Gabe Urian takes the inbound pass, and they work it around top of the key. Drew Cordes into the paint. Now backs it out. Bennett back to Cordes. Takes the drive down the baseline, dumps it to Ethan Gwynn. His shot is up and good. Gwynn has 12 points. He's the leading scorer for the Sparta Bulldogs.
I'd say Cordes has probably got about 5 or 6 assists, too.
I would think so. That is Zimbro as he loses the ball on the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Alex Bennett of Sparta. It's going to be Carterville basketball. 2:59 remaining in the third. The 24-point lead for the Lions. Pass into Luke Ford, kicks it out to Eklund, back out to Zimbro, top of the key to the right wing, left-hand dribble guarded by Bennett. Brings it back between the circles. Eklund to Wilkie, in to Heil, puts the ball on the floor, loses control, tries to get it away. The ball is off of Sparta, off of Bennett, so it's going to be Carterville basketball.
They're trying to go inside to Heil because there's a big advantage there. But the Lions just can't seem to hold on to the basketball. Inbounds
comes to Heil, gives it to Wilkie. He gives it to Ford. Nice up and under for Luke Ford. He's on the board. He's got 2. And it's 62-36 Carterville as Urian fires from just in the three-point line. Cordes gets the rebound. His shot is blocked by Ford, and Carterville is going the other way. Jacob Eklund into the front court to the right wing. Fires from 2. That is good for Eklund. He's on the board. 64-36 Carterville. Swing pass by Bennett is tipped away. Cordes picks it up, and Gwynn fires from 3. That is good for Ethan Gwynn. That's 15 in the game. It's 64-39 Carterville.
Gwynn brought a little rain with that one.
Yeah, he did. I think he was shocked to get the ball there when he shot it. It's Colt Wilkie across the free throw lane, gives it to Eklund. Eklund at the free throw line, hands it to Zimbro. Zimbro, left-hand dribble, takes it to the rack, puts it up and good. Nice job, Gavin Zimbro. He's got on the board. And Carterville 66-39, 1:39 left in the third quarter. Gabe Urian with the basketball into Gwynn. His shot is blocked and a foul. They're going to call the foul, I think, on Taylor Heil, but I've been wrong every time this season I've said that. Taylor Heil with the foul. That's his third. And the 5th team foul now on the Lions. Ethan Gwynn at the line, the 6'2 senior. Free throw, rattles around, no good.
Looks like you got Parsonale coming in for Taylor Heil.
Justin Parsonale checks in, updating the end of three. It's 31-20, Heron over West Frankfort in West Frankfort. Gwynn's second free throw off the back of the iron, sets there. Justin Parsonale gathers it in, and it's Carterville basketball. Colt Wilkie, he's going to take it to the rack. It's blocked by Gwynn, and Sparta controls. Here they go the other way, left to right. That is Devin Brown across the timeline, trying to get the double team. Doesn't see Wilkie behind him. Turns it over, the ball on the floor. Carterville controls, and we have a foul on Sparta, as I think it's on Ethan Gwynn, as it is. That is his third, the fourth team foul on Sparta here in the second half. So Luke Ford is going to be, it's going to be Carterville basketball here on the near side. Wilkie triggers the inbounds, works it out to Zimbro, and he is picked up defensively by Drew Byington for Sparta. Across the timeline, that is Zimbro to the right wing. Looks for the pick and roll from Ford. It wasn't there. Gets the pass to Luke Ford. He steps to the block, kicks it back out to Zimbro. Zimbro into the paint. The runner, no good. We have a foul on the floor before the shot. Foul is on Byington. That's his first. Now it's the fifth team foul on Sparta in the second half. It's Jacob Eklund going to trigger the inbounds to the backcourt. Zimbro takes it from there, steps across midcourt. He's guarded by Byington. Ball slapped away from Jacob Eklund. He gathers it back in, and we have another foul. That's on Brian Lowry of Sparta, his first foul, the sixth team foul. We still have 42 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Well, Sparta's really coming out and putting a lot of pressure on the Lions on the offensive end, and, they're making a lot of fouls now.
Gavin Zimbro takes the inbound pass from Wilkie over to Colt Wilkie on the right wing, left-hand dribble into Justin Parsonale on the left elbow, into the paint, spin move. His shot is up, no good. Nice rebound by Wilkie, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound bounces around, it comes off to Ethan Gwynn for Sparta. Brings the pass near side to Lowry. Lowry into the front court to the right baseline. Nice defensive pressure by Carterville, but they're calling a foul on Colt Wilkie. That's his first foul. That is the fifth team foul now on Carterville. 66-39, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's Sparta basketball. Out to Ethan Gwynn between the circles on the logo at midcourt. That is Byington on the right wing. That is Bennett between the circles, guarded by Eklund. Over to Lowry to the left wing. Brings it near side. That is Brown firing from three, and that is good for Devin Brown. As we end the third quarter, Brown has 5 points in the game, and we have played three. It's 66-42. Carterville on top of Sparta. We'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Brian, can you give us a line feed, please? Thank you. Just go on and run 90 here. Back in Sparta, it's Dave McKenzie, where coming out of the break, Sparta's Drew Cordes fired from 3, no good. Carterville gets the rebound. They work it down to Taylor Heil. He gets the shot, gets a rebound, puts it right back in. Taylor Heil has 17 points in this game.
To go along with 7 boards and 3 blocks.
Gabe Urian on the right wing, steps inside the three-point line. That is Hobbs that fires for 2. It's 68-44. Carterville on top with just under 7 minutes remaining. Beasley takes it into the paint, kicks it out to Justin Parsinelli on the left wing. He throws the ball back to Swalls. He's able to gather it in, takes it to the paint. Oh, man, the lane was right there, but it's tipped away. It's a turnover on Carterville. Sparta into the front court, and they turn it over again. That's the 5th turnover on Sparta, and Carterville with the basketball into the front court. That is Swalls, right baseline. Back to Jackson. Jackson on the right wing, looks for some help. He's tied up defensively, and we have a jump ball, and that is going to belong to the hometown Sparta Bulldogs.
You were talking about the lane opening up for Swalls. I think Swalls had something on his mind.
Yeah, I guarantee he did, because I did. I could have dunked on that one, maybe, if there was a step stool or a trampoline.
How about a 9-foot ladder?
I'd still miss.
You think? Nah. That'll put you above the rim.
I'd rim it, and then I'd be embarrassed, and it just wouldn't be good. Blake Jackson on the left wing. Justin Parsinelli takes it to the left block, and he travels with the ball. That is the 3rd team turnover. That's only the 5th turnover on Carterville in the game.
Yeah, it's 5 turnovers, and the Lions took care of the ball very well tonight.
Good ball game by the Lions. They're up 24 with 6:12 showing on the clock. Bennett into the front court for Sparta. To the right wing, wants to get it into Urian, does. Urian on the right block, and we have a foul on Austin Swalls, who stood there with his hands straight up.
But he was bumping him with the body. That's what the officials saw.
That's what he called. 68-44, 6:03 on the clock. So Urian is going to be at the line. That was the 7th team foul on the Carterville Lions, so Sparta will be in the bonus for the remainder of the game. Free throw by Urian is no good. Bounces around. He gets the rebound and gets the putback. He's got 7 now. And it's 68, a 22-point lead for the Lions. Nice give to Colt Wilkie. He takes it right to the rack for the Lions. He's got 4 into the game, and Sparta quickly into the front court. Urian shot his block. Carterville comes away with it. It's Austin Swalls. He gathers it in across the timeline to Beasley on the left baseline. He's going to fire, and that's good for Beasley. He has 17. Man, nice all-around scoring by the Lions. Bennett takes it to the rack, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. Actually, it's going to be a foul on Blake Jackson as he was back defensively. His 2nd, the 8th team foul on Carterville. So at the line is going to be Alex Bennett, the 5'11 senior, in his final home game here in Sparta.
This is the way the Lions should finish a ball game.
Absolutely. I think it's what everybody expects to see from him. As Bennett misses the first free throw. Checking out Brennan Beasley, Blake Jackson. They go to the bench, get a hand slap from Coach David Brown. Into the game now. Alex Mead is into the game for the Carterville Lions, and Gavin Zimbro. Free throws up. Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale now offering online mortgage center, so you can check rates or apply for a mortgage online anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval. As Drew Cordes hits from 3, and they call a timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60, please. 60. Thanks to everybody watching on YouTube. Appreciate it. Hope it works good for you guys as well. Back in Sparta, it's Dave McKenzie, Jim Cislaghi. Carterville gets the ball into the front court. They are up 72-49. Swing pass over to Austin Swalls. Now Carterville can work the clock and take some time off. Austin Swalls, little runner for him is good. That's 20 now for Austin Swalls in the game. Sparta into the front court. Cordes puts out the shot, no good. Nice job by Gwynn to gather in the rebound, but he throws it away. So it's Carterville ball on the break. Alex Mead with the runner. He gets a point. Alex Mead has scored for the first time in 2015. What a nice assist that is.
That was a good pass, too, and he just caught the ball in stride and made a good, solid layup.
Like seeing that. Alex, good boy, as the shot by Bennett's no good. Swalls gathers it in, and Carterville is going to head the other way. Swalls is tripped and turns it over. That's a turnover on Carterville as Alex Bennett for Sparta is shaken up, but he gets up, and he's going to come to the Sparta bench. Or is he going to try and walk it off?
Well,
I think he's going to walk it off. It's like
he's going to run it off.
Yeah. There's a show called Ridiculousness on MTV, and it's Rob Dyrdek, and they have it's like video clips, YouTube clips. And you ever get hurt so bad that you just want to run? that's what happened there. Is the shot by Cordes is no good. It's out of bounds. It's going to belong to Sparta. Sparta basketball. Inbounds pass from Gwynn comes out top of the key. That is Lowry. To the right wing, shots put up. Rebound by Gwynn, no good. Ball's on the floor. Cordes gathers it up, kicks it out to Urian. Urian to the paint, spin move. Nice give, turn around, jump, and it falls for Urian. Boy, that was a good move in the paint. He's got 9 points.
Yeah, Urian's a good ball player. He's got very good moves. It's just unfortunate tonight. Most of them has not fell for him.
Brock Tuttle is into the game for the Lions. They work the ball down to Jacob McCoy, who's into the game for the Lions. And we have a foul on Ethan Gwynn. That is his 4th. 7th foul now on the Sparta Bulldogs. So at the line, Jacob McCoy. His free throw off the back of the iron, and it falls for Jacob McCoy. Man, everybody getting on the board tonight. Alex Mead, he's got his first buckets of 2015. I think, Jacob, is that the first for Jacob? I'm going to have to look.
I think it is in a varsity game.
I think it is. Congratulations to Jake McCoy getting on the board as well. Second one, no good, off the back of the iron. And there's a foul on Brock Tuttle, so it's going to be Sparta basketball coming back the other way. Everybody into the game tonight. It's a 9-team foul on the Bulldogs. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering embroidery, proudly supporting our hometown Lions. At the line for the Sparta Bulldogs, that is Nasser Hobbs. His first free throw is good. Hobbs has 3 in the game. 77-52, 25-point lead for the Carterville Lions. And boy, did the Lions need a win like this.
They needed a blowout win.
Second by Hobbs is good. He's got 4 now in the ball game. So into the game for the Lions. As that's Grant Garby with the shot. He's going to go to the line, and he was fouled. The foul is on Nasser Hobbs. He's got 3. That's the 8th team foul. So Garby is into the game for the Lions, wearing number 34. He's number 32 on the JV.
Dave, I got a score update of the Pinckneyville-Nashville game.
And?
Final. Pinckneyville 74, Nashville 49.
Wow, man, that's a blowout win by the Panthers. They take over. Did that tie them? Does that tie them for first or give them first? That ties them for first with Nashville as Garby's free throw is no good, but Carterville controls as Cole Landon is in the game for the Lions. Alex Meade drives the lane, puts the shot up, no good, and the rebound comes off to the Sparta Bulldogs. Still 3 minutes left in the ball game. Coach David Brown has cleared the bench and got these guys that work hard in practice and are there every day, and they're able to get in and get some playing time. I love seeing that from the Lions.
Oh, they work just as hard as anybody else does in practice.
Shot put up by Williams, no good, and Carterville comes away with the basketball. McCoy gets the rebound into the front court. That is Garby with the basketball, right-hand dribble. Gavin Zimbro now gathers it in, top of the key. Behind the back dribble, gives it to Meade. Meade to the free throw line. Garby drives the lane, kicks it off to Cole Landon. Landon to Zimbro for three. Good for Gavin Zimbro. Boom, that's 5. And it's 80-53 Carterville.
Well, Zimbro can shoot the basketball. You know, he's a very unselfish player, and I'm glad he took that 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Lowry with the basketball to Byington. It's Lowry that fires from 3. Rebound comes off to Alex Meade, who's having a heck of a game here in the fourth quarter. Quickly into the front court. That is Jacob McCoy that gets the bucket. He's got 3. Almost a 29-point lead. I had to do math there. It's a 29-point lead for the Lions as Byington fires from 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound comes off to Sparta. The shot put up by Williams, no good. And that is Cole Landon that gets a rebound for the Lions. Zimbro into the front court. Kicks it out. Alex Meade, right wing, left-hand dribble, top of the key, gives it to Garby. Garby kicks it down to Cole Landon. His shot is up, no good. The ball is on the floor. Carterville controls Garby's shot. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2. 1:25 left in the game. Foul is on number 45. That's Soderland for Sparta. That's his first, the 9th team foul. Now on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Murfreesboro over Harrisburg, 58-39. Heron tops West Frankfort, 47-34.
Grant Garby makes his first free throw, so he's on the board. Man, up and down the lineup here. Almost everybody scored for the Lions. Garby's second free throw is good. He's got 2. We have timeouts. No basket. They're saying free throw lane violation, apparently, on the line. So Sparta basketball. Across the timeline. They work it over to the far side. Byington to Hobbs. To Byington to Williams. And the ball's turned over. Another turnover on Sparta. In the backcourt, Gavin Zimbro gets his pocket picked, but Carterville's able to control. Jacob McCoy loses it. Sparta, now Zimbro gets it. Lead pass down to Cole Landon with the layup. Cole Landon gets on the board that's his first bucket of the year for the Lions. 49 seconds remaining here in this ball game. Another turnover on Carterville. Landon comes away with it, and Carterville's going to back it up, I think. Gavin Zimbro between the circles. Over to Alex Meade on the right baseline. Meade, left, right dribble, throws it up, and that was an up and under. The rebound by Carterville comes off. McCoy puts up the shot, and that's good for Jake McCoy. He's got 5 in the game. 22 seconds left. Sparta with the basketball. As Hobbs has it, top of the key, Byington over to Lowry. Lowry to Byington, and it's Hobbs that's going to fire from 3. Doesn't hit anything. Landon gets the rebound. 2 seconds. 1. Carterville wins it 87-53. That is your final, and we are going to get into our postgame show. Coming up, Carterville a winner, 87-53. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 90 seconds if you need it, bub. I can do that. Do what you need to do. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there ain't much to really say about this game.
Hey, thanks everybody for watching on YouTube tonight. Appreciate it. Welcome back to Sparta, Illinois on a Saturday night where the Carterville Lions have just defeated the Sparta Bulldogs 87-53. It's going to take 2.5 hours to go through the scoring for the Lions.
Well,
Are you prepared for this?
Yeah.
Let's get with it. As almost everybody gets on the board this evening, the leading scorer was Austin Swalls. He's able to pour in 20 for the Lions this evening. And Brennan Beasley has 17. And you had Taylor Heil that had 17 points tonight. He worked hard on inside.
Yes, he did. He worked very hard inside. Taylor High with 17 points, and he's got 8 boards, and 3 blocks.
Murphy defeats Harrisburg. Did you announce that? 58-39 this evening. Looking at other scores, you had Colt Wilkie that winds up with 4. Jacob Eklund winds up with 2. Gavin Zimbro had 5. Alex Mead gets his first varsity points of 2016. He scores a bucket. Cole Landon gets his first varsity bucket. He's got 2. Also, Blake Jackson had 6 this evening. You had Justin Parsonale with 4. And... let's see, Luke Ford had 2, and Grant Garby gets into the game, and he gets a bucket as well. Carterville hung 87 points on the board this evening. Looking at the Sparta Bulldogs, it was Gabe Urian with 9 points in the game. You had the leading scorer for the Bulldogs was Drew Cordes, and he had 10. Nasser Hobbs had 4, and you had Ethan Gwynn that winds up with 15. Coach David Brown is here. We're going to take a break, and we'll talk to the coach. Put a wrap on the game. It's Carterville Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Needed that, baby.
Felt good that everybody got to play.
What do we need here, Brian? Will do. That was nice.
Pinckneyville beat Nashville.
Bad.
If we would have played 4 quarters.
25.
Guys, we came back from almost 25 last night. If we would have played 4 quarters, we'd be playing for a conference championship against them.
Yeah.
Hey, but who cares? Let's knock them out because I don't want them to win conference. Not a big fan. We'll just say that. Not a big fan.
Man, loves, and we'll talk. Alex Mead is such a good.
Love him. He's a great kid. You know, he went from practicing with the freshmen last year as a junior to he busts his butt every day in practice. I love the kid.
Well,
make sure you get my good side, not the top of my head.
That didn't work because I don't have a good side. So
I've seen your Facebook pictures.
Back in Sparta on a Saturday night, it's Dave McKenzie along with my partner Jim Cislaghi, and head coach David Brown joins us on the post-game show. 87 points you scored on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Yes, we did. Last night I think you saw in the second half. I mean, we start a win with talking about last night, but I think you saw in the second half we took it to the rim and we could get to the rim, and that's where we need to finish. And we made a point of it that's what we wanted to do tonight. We wanted to play 100 from the jump and give everything we got. Everybody get in.
I'm like you. I don't want to talk about last night's game, but one of the topics that we talked about in the post-game show was lack of intensity from the tip. And you said in the pregame show you were going to come out, you were going to press from the very beginning. You did that, and we talked about, Jim and I, we both said we could tell there was definitely a picked-up intensity by the Lions tonight.
Yeah, proud of the boys, and, with having Colt Wilkie back, that helps too. He got in there and spelled some guys, and I told him a lot of things before we started. I think I had him in the right mindset, and it's been a long day for me, but with having Colt Wilkie back, I told the boys, I want you to literally try to run as hard as you can. Run as hard as you can for 3 minutes. There's no possible way. You can't do it. None of you can do it. So if you're not needing a break, you're not playing as hard as you can. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should take 3 minutes, and you need to be tugging on your jersey saying, Coach, I need a breather. I need a drink. I need something. And that's the kind of intensity we need throughout the game.
You said last night on the post-game show that when those guys come off the floor, they should have left everything on the floor. And
Yes.
that's what you're trying to say here is leave everything you've got on the floor.
Every time. You're a young kid, you ought to be able to bounce back like that.
Yeah.
And I know there's some special people that they can play, and we condition where our guys can play a lot of minutes, but I want it all, and I want it from the beginning. And that's just the way it's got to be. I mean, look at Lawrenceville. They put up 101 points last night. I don't care who you're playing. 100 points is a lot of points. But they bring it throughout the game. And there's no reason we can't do that.
But, Coach, the difference between last night's game and tonight's game, I felt like tonight you really scored in the paint. I mean, all night long you scored a lot of easy buckets.
Well, there's one big guy that signed to go to Ole Miss that wasn't in the paint tonight, and he does make a partial difference. He makes a part of it. But last night, second half, if you go back and look at the tape, we got in the paint. That's what, I was trying to say at the beginning. We got in the paint, and we ran our offense like you're supposed to run our offense, not settling for jumpers on an offense that is meant to get the ball in front of the rim and dish or shoot a layup. And we did it. There was one time we literally did it perfectly. Austin, we come in a couple times. We were patient. Austin got the ball. He drove to the middle. They doubled down on him. We kicked a good pass to Taylor Heil, layup. That's the way it is. That's basketball. That's playing team ball.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been asking. And it's not asking. That's what I'm telling. That's what we're going to do.
It was a good win. It was a big win. I think really this is a kind of win that Carterville needed for its psyche.
Yeah, and here's what I want to tell everybody, and this is the way we have to approach every game from now on. When we come off playing well, we get a little bit of a big head, and then we tend to relax a little bit. It's kind of like, I know we haven't won anything really yet, But it's kind of like you won something, then you relax. Like, oh, I've accomplished my goal. No, we're not
We're going to be okay now. We're
No.
going to be fine.
You can't walk into the next game thinking, oh, how good was I last game? You got to be hungry. You got to come in ready to play and play hard from the tip. And I told them at halftime, I said, boys, because, we were kind of loose for a second. I said, no, tighten up. This game ain't over. God made this game 2 halves long. And that looseness, it hurts us every time. Pinckneyville, after the Pinckneyville tournament, that's what hurt us. Yep. After a game, we come with these guys and we play them to 1 or 2. Last second shot. The looseness, you can't be loose. You got to be hungry, and we're a good team when we're hungry, and we play together as a team, a family.
Well, Coach, one of the things that what you're talking about right there is just a good example. Is last night Nashville dominated you guys. They go into Pinckneyville and they get blew out. Last night, Harrisburg plays Benton. They beat Benton. They go to Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro beats Harrisburg. Now your next 3 games: Harrisburg, Pinckneyville, and the Heron Tigers. Heron Tigers are playing very good basketball down the stretch here. You do not have 3 easy games in a row.
And good, because guess what? We're going to be battle tested come regional time. If we got to play hard. Those guys are going. You said it, Murfreesboro. How do they play? They play all out. Their hands all over you, and you can say this or that, but they play all out. They play hard. Pinckneyville plays hard. That's what got us back in the game last night. That's why Nashville Hornets, that's what happened to them. Well, you think Pinckneyville's going to let up against us? No, they love to drum us. And guess what? I think we got to give them a little bit of the same medicine. This is coming to our home. We got to protect our house, and that means standing up. I don't know how that game's going to end, but I want everything like there is no tomorrow from those guys.
The next 3 games, what you're talking about, the Lions need to be prepared. They need to be focused. They need to get ready for battle in these next 3 games.
Yeah. Hey, my intensity from last night has not wavered or dropped one bit. Guys, I told the boys, I love these guys. And it kills me. In our interview last night, it killed me because I know what they can do. I know what they should do. And I want that for them. I want them to really taste as good as they could be and get out there and give it all.
And reap the rewards of that.
Yeah, and because that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. We got regional right around the corner. We got to get through these games.
Tuesday.
We got to get through these games, but we ought to approach these games as tests. These are tests, okay? They're going to get us ready to go and play floor. But guess what? You don't relax. You can't. Every one of these games, Heron's athletic. Harrisburg got one of their guys back, and they're playing better.
Yeah.
Pinckneyville, you know what they've got better and better and better. But so what? I believe in the Carterville Lions. I believe in what we can do.
Is this one of the things where when you have practice on Monday, where you say to the guys, "Listen, we've run the gamut on what we've done on the floor. You've run the plays on your own, and it didn't work the way consistently what we need. And now we're starting to run this team, running our offense and our defense the way I envision it, and you can see the success that we have with it. Let's take it now and just fine-tune it these last 3 games as we head to regional at Hamco to take on Flora, and we can be successful when we get into that regional."
Boys, it's going to be like this. I wouldn't want to play for me in practice this week because if you step out of line, there's going to be major consequences. Because what happens is we can't be told how good we are. We can't. That's that loosening. We start getting loose. We start, it's like a guy, he's walking into a fight. You got the guy that he's walking in, he's got his fists clenched, he's staring at the ring, and he's walking right to the ring. Then you got the guy dancing to the ring. Well, guess what? If we're the guy dancing to the ring, we're getting knocked out. So we're focused. That's what we got to be. We got to come in Monday and work harder than we ever have. Guess what? After the game, no matter what happens on Harrisburg, we got to come in Wednesday and work harder than we ever have. You cannot let up. I need my leaders to lead. I need to be together. I want to be a force to be reckoned with. And there's no relaxing and there's no looking back at what we've done because we've done nothing yet.
Let's talk about some of these underclassmen that they come to practice and they work their tails off every day. And if they're able to get into the game, it's only for a couple of mop-up minutes toward the end of the game. But it was so nice to see Alex Mead get a bucket. Cole Landon gets a bucket. Jacob McCoyne gets a bucket. Garby comes in and gets a bucket. It's nice to see those fellas get a little bit of a reward here in this ball game against Sparta.
And you know what? Outside of the starters and what they did and the guys who came in, I told the boys when we got back to the locker room, my player of the game was Gavin Zimbro.
Played a great game.
Because Gavin came in and led those guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some guys that don't get in normally. You need somebody that goes in there and takes control and makes sure that Cole Landon gets a bucket. Make sure that Meade gets a bucket. Make sure that McCoyne gets a bucket. And he led them, and he called the offense, and he ran the offense, and we did it right. And he's a great kid. He's a great senior. And let's talk about Jake. Let's talk about McCoyne and Meade and Cole Landon, guys who come with good attitudes. I mean, Meade, I don't think I've ever seen him. Well, I take that back because he doesn't like to lose. I've seen him not smile when we lose. The boy, he's a great kid. But he comes to practice every day with the right attitude. All those boys do. I told them before this game, we are a family. I had a player call me today, and I drove to help him out. He was in a rough spot. And I said, boys, the one thing about me is when this is all over, we're family. From top to bottom, every one of you guys. That's for forever, and I'll be there for you. And because I care, but I also care that every single one of you plays hard. They all played hard till the end. They all competed, and they were having fun, and I love that. Makes me feel great to see those guys score and get in there and rebound and play hard. That was fun.
87-53 is the final. Carterville a winner on senior night here in Sparta. And that's a good group of senior boys on that Sparta ball team. They don't quit, and they're here next to us talking to the radio crew from Sparta. But they've been a good crew to watch, and we just want to say congratulations on them to great high school careers. But to you, Coach, and to the Carterville Lions, nice win. And 87-53, we're going to take it, and the fight continues.
Hey, time to stay focused. The Lions focused. That's what we want.
I got to keep Jim focused.
Yeah, I hope so. He's over there reading a program.
Yes. Coach David Brown joining us on the postgame show. Big win for the Lions tonight, 87-53. We'll be back on the postgame show next on News Radio WJPF. Does that take care of us, brother?
I hope they didn't leave me.
We got you.
I may have to hitchhike.
You can ride back with us.
You are my favorite fan.
Hey.
He's been quiet since I said that.
He hasn't even said anything.
No.
About I
What's
changed. Trying to break the streak.
Oh, you?
Shaved. Shaved everything off today.
Hey, I always look a little scruffy because you know what? Scruffy makes you tough.
It gives you that edge.
That's right.
Hurt my heart last night when I cost us that game.
That goatee was worth 25 points.
We're back in Sparta on a Saturday night. Carterville with the 87-53 a win tonight over the Sparta Bulldogs. Jim, your final thoughts?
Well, this is something that the Lions really need. They need a blowout win. They came in and took care of business, especially after the performance last night. It wasn't a bad performance. It just ran into a buzzsaw. tough Nashville team. They came in the night in Sparta, which a Sparta team that gave them all kinds of fight in the first meeting, and the Lions had to try to sneak out a victory, and they did in the last-second shot of a Beasley. Tonight, they came in, took care of business, attacked the rim, did a lot of good things that Coach Brown really wanted them to do, and you got to take your hats off. Hopefully that this will, make the Lions in the next 3 games do the little things that they need to do where they can get 3 victories, get to the most important 20-game win of the season, have about a 4-game win streak, getting ready to go into the regional. And, as long as those things happen, the Lions will be on the right foot when they play Florida in that first round.
So the Carterville Lions are going to be in action Tuesday. They're on the road at Harrisburg, and that's the last road game of the regular season. Then they come home for 2 as they're going to take on Pinckneyville on Friday night, and the Heron Tigers roll in to Carterville on Saturday night, and that'll put a wrap on the regular season. Carterville will start regional play on Tuesday the 24th. They're going to take on Flora. That's going to be at Hamco there in McLeansboro to open up the 2016 playoffs. 87-53, the final here in Sparta. Congratulations, Coach Brown, on the win.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you on Tuesday night from Harrisburg. For our producer-engineer, Brian R. Powell, for my partner, Jim Cislaghi, I'm Dave McKenzie. Thank you for listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. God bless.